please.
Sure. Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight for our Village of Alsip board meeting. Today is September 16th, 2019. We'll call this meeting to order. It's 7:30. Can we call the roll, please?
Yes, Mayor Ryan. Trustee Dalzell?
Here.
Trustee Zielinski?
Here.
Trustee Juarez?
Here.
Trustee McLaughlin?
Here.
Trustee Murphy?
Here.
Trustee Nava Esparza?
Here.
Mayor Ryan?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You see what's on the top of your agenda, Mayor? Okay.
My name. So, yeah, we're going to start this meeting with a bid opening. This is for auditing services for the Village of Alsip.
Thank you. The first envelope we received on the 13th, last Friday at 9:44 a.m. However, there were no notations on the outside of the envelope of what it was for. So I did open the envelope today. However, I did not open the interior. On here is a note that says no bid letter for audit services. It is from RSM 1 South Wacker Drive, Suite 300, Chicago, Illinois 60606. And it simply reads, Dear Ms. Petzel, we at RSM US LLP, RSM, appreciate the opportunity to propose on audit services at the Village of Alsip. However, after a great deal of consideration and discussion at the highest levels of our firm, we have elected not to propose at this time. I am not going to read the rest of the letter as I feel that is not necessary. So they are a no bid. Letter opener down. The next proposal is from CLA Charles Larry Alpha, 1301 West 22nd Street, Suite 1100, Oak Brook, Illinois, 60523. There are 2 copies here, and I'm going to ask the Finance Director, Kent Alvin, to step forward just for a moment so I make sure I'm reading into record what he would like read. Thank you, Kent.
So they were supposed to do something. Appendix A.
Is this professional fees, possibly?
That's probably it. Let's go there. That's it. And I'm going to read from
Just
those.
these?
Not even the last 2, just the first.
Okay, thank you, Kent. Okay, their proposal for audit services for fiscal year 20 is $67,750. Fiscal year 21 is $69,780. Fiscal year 22 is $71,870. Fiscal year 23 is $74,025, and fiscal year 24 is $76,245. Mr. Olivan, I'll fill out the dollar amounts on the bid opening and after the meeting, and then send you a copy. Sorry, it's really noisy. The next proposal we received is from WIP like Paul FLI LLP, 403 East 3rd Street, Sterling, Illinois 61081. There's 2 copies as well as disc. Their proposal for fiscal year 20 is $65,000 even. Fiscal year 21, $66,300. Fiscal year 22, $67,600. Fiscal year 23, $69,000. And fiscal year 24, $70,400. Third proposal received is from B like boy, K like kick, D like David, LLP, 1901 South Myers Road, Suite 500, Oak Brook Terrace, Illinois, 60181-5209. They have 2 copies of a proposal as well as a flash drive. Their quote for services fiscal year 20 is $44,000 even. Fiscal year 21 is $45,540. Fiscal year 22 is $47,130. Fiscal year 23 is $48,775. And fiscal year 24 is $50,400. The next proposal we received is from Baker Tilly Virchaw Kraus LLP, 1301 West 22nd Street, Suite 400, Oak Brook, Illinois, 60523. They took sealed bid very seriously. Sorry. They have 2 copies and a flash drive. Their proposal for fiscal year 20 is $65,000 even. Fiscal year 21, $66,950. Fiscal year 22, $68,960. Fiscal year 23, $71,030. And fiscal year 24, $73,160. The next proposal we received is from Platt and Moran, PLLC, 200 North Martingale Road, Suite 900, Schaumburg, Illinois, 60173. Two copies and a flash drive. Their proposal for audit services for fiscal year 20 is $63,500. Fiscal year 21, $65,400. Fiscal year 22, $67,300. Fiscal year 23, $69,400. And fiscal year 24, $71,500. The next bid we received is from Crowe, CROWE LLP, 1 Mid-America Plaza, Suite 700, Oak Brook, Illinois, 60522-3697. Oh, keys work just fine. If I break a nail, we're going to have an issue. Can you tell I was good at opening Christmas presents?
I need some new nails.
Electronic copy. Two copies of the proposal. Their proposal for fiscal year 20 is $66,270. Fiscal year 21 is $68,400. Fiscal year 22 is $70,500. Fiscal year 23, $72,700. Fiscal year 24 is $74,900. And the final bid we received is from G.W. George Washington and Associates, PC, 311 South Halsted Street, Chicago Heights, Illinois, 60411. Two bids and an electric copy. Their proposal for fiscal year 20, $49,500. Fiscal year 21, $49,500. Fiscal year 22, $50,000 even. Fiscal year 23, $51,000 even. And fiscal year 24, $52,500. And that concludes the bid opening.
Very good, thank you. So we'll go to officers' reports, starting with mine. I wanted to just obviously share with everybody, I know last Saturday I went out to try and help the city of Blue Island. They're doing everything they can to try and save the closing of Metro South Hospital. I don't know if all the efforts being made, I don't know if it'll be enough. This is a pretty big challenge for the city of Blue Island, but everyone's doing their part to try and bring another investor to the table. I know I had some great conversations with our state rep, Justin Slaughter was out there, as well as Representative Bob Rita, and a lot of other organizations, the unions. There's 800 jobs at risk over there at the same time then too. So we're all doing our best to try and support that effort, because again, the alternative is pushing that service further out. And should we be supporting them or even our own residents, given the given zone, sometimes our hospitals are on bypass. We could be pushed all the way out to South Suburban Hospital or even Roselawn Hospital, right, Tom? Yeah. So again, we're trying to do everything we can to try and support that hospital. First on your agenda this evening, folks, I had number 1 was an approval of an appointment of Alsip President Alberto Roca to fill the vacant position as a mayoral appointment to the Alsip Police Pension Board to serve a 2-year term. I did notice, Madam Clerk, it was my fault. Tiffany did a great job putting together the agenda, and I should have told her it does not need to be on the consent agenda. This is just a mayoral appointment.
Okay.
You don't have to vote on that, so if you can take A off the list.
Okay.
Okay. And that's all I had for my report this evening. Clerk's report?
Thank you, Mayor Ryan. Approval of the August 2019 monthly FOIA report. There were 21 requests in the month of August. That is all, Mayor Ryan.
Okay, thank you. Attorney's report, we have Mike Hanker with us?
No report, sir.
All right. Thank you. Engineer's report, Will?
I have a request for approval of a resolution for improvement under the Illinois Highway Code in the total amount of $147,135 for the construction of sidewalks along Cicero Avenue between 111th Street and 123rd Street. This project was constructed in 2015, and this resolution just properly allocates the funding to the project. It's basically just closing out paperwork with IDOT. So this isn't new money. This is money that was already spent.
Right, okay.
And that's all I have.
Well, I went along and I didn't go today, but usually every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I take a quick run through the village and look at projects and all that. What's our status on the street resurfacing right now?
They're still finishing up the curb and gutter. I think they're backfilling the curb right now, and they should be resurfacing within the next week or two.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. Mike, they being satisfactory to you too? Does it look like they're doing a pretty good job and everything right now?
Yeah, I mean, some of the weather that we had is kind of delayed a little bit, but they're pushing along. Actually, they may even begin starting milling by the end of this week.
Okay. I know they're going to have a challenge when they get those couple of alleys, that's for sure. So, all right, thanks, Will. Public forum, anyone in the audience wish to address the board this evening? Nobody? All right, then we'll go to the standing committee reports. Finance Committee, Trustee McLaurin.
First, I have a request for approval of a list of payroll dated September 13th, 2019, totaling $419,800.78. Next, I have a request for approval of accounts payable dated September 16th, 2019. In the recap, General Fund, $587,060.06. Road and Bridge, $10,409.56. Water and Sewer, $64,038.42. Heritage, $23,308.74, for a grand total all funds of $684,816.78. And that's all I have under Finance, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Next, the Fire Committee report, Trustee Murphy.
I have approval for Chief Szynski to attend the Illinois Fire Chiefs Annual Conference from October 13th through the 16th in Peoria for a cost not to exceed $800. And next, I have approval of the August 2019 activity report based on our National Fire Incident Reporting System. And third, I have approval for the monthly Fire Prevention Bureau for August 2019 activity report. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Chief, did Tom Leah hit the streets yet, or?
Yeah, he started
last week, so he's full running at this time. So
Okay.
He's doing really good.
Doing all right?
Yeah, he's running all over town right now, trying to learn the town, and he's got a lot of projects underway and a lot of fire alarm tests. He's also working with Fox Valley, who's our new vendor for the Caltron, so he's working with them also. So a lot of
Okay.
things going on right now.
Sounds good. Thanks, Chief. Next, the Police and Traffic Safety Committee, Trustee Dalzell.
The approval of the Police Department August 2019 monthly activity report. That's all I have, Mayor.
Chief Miller, how's it going with the recruit that went to school, Mr. Halim? When does he come out, Jay?
He graduates in the next 2 weeks, and we've already had a slate for that field program for 3 months.
Nice. How do you do it at school? Any idea? Are you doing pretty well?
He's doing well, yes.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Next, we have the Public Work and Boat Launch Committee, Trustee Juarez.
I have an approval of the Public Works Department August 2019 monthly activity report, and I have an approval to go out to bid for tree pruning approximately 422 trees to be trimmed west off of Cicero Avenue. That's all, Mayor.
Thank you. Sewer and Water Report, Trustee Nava Esparza.
Approval of the Water Department August 2019 monthly activity report. Item 2, approval to post for the hiring of 1 full-time Class 2 operator. Item 3, approval to advertise the bid for the painting of the water towers located at 12900 South Costner Avenue and 5330 West 119th Street. And that's all, Mayor.
Thank you. And Commissioner Trivano, we're doing these, we're going to do the painting in the spring, right? That's not this year?
Correct.
Okay.
We're just trying to get on the schedule.
We want to go out to bid early so that we have them scheduled for early spring.
Okay.
So that we can get the contractors lined up.
Because Kent, we're appropriate money for that already and so forth. Okay. Very good. Thank you. Next, Building and Health Committee, Trustee Zelinski.
I have approval of the Building Department August 2019 monthly activity report. That's all this evening.
Thank you. The Human Resource and Insurance Committee, Trustee Murphy.
I have approval of an ordinance amending Chapter 15.5 Personnel, Article 2, Employee Requirements and Benefits, Section 15.5 through 38, Vacations of the Municipal Code of the Village of Alsip. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Trustee Henley, because we had a lot of dialogue on that last week. Do you want to read into the record what you came up with on that?
Yeah. We amended, I won't say amended, we added to a stipulation into that ordinance that if a new hire comes through and does not work out, let's say, any vacation time that would that has been used that is owed to the village will be paid back on the final paycheck. Mike, does that pretty much
we
surmise
also
it?
front-loaded the first year's benefits, so it allows a person to take a, they could take their first vacation, within the first year. That's
Right.
part of it. When if they use more than because it's front-loaded, so if they use more than they've worked there, then they have to get taken out of their final compensation.
But that says only up till April 30th.
Yeah, because then you get the fiscal, then you get the days for every front load on the fiscal year. That part didn't change.
Yes, it is, because right now, an employee has to complete a year before they get that piece. So that is giving them 2 more weeks up front in addition to the week, essentially, that they'd be earning while they're working. So potentially, an employee could be here for 7 months and be paid out for 3 weeks' worth of vacation, the way it currently reads.
Yeah, what we talked about at the last 2 committee meetings was sort of front-ending all of the vacation time up through the fiscal year that you're in, all the way through April 30th would be the fraction of the fiscal year. Starting May 1st, your full fiscal year starting that date would also have the front end. What the village attorney, Shanae, and I worked on since that was actually dialing back, you were correct, not the full fiscal year that starts on May 1st, but the risk of someone leaving either because the village thinks they didn't work out or we didn't work out with that person's expectations in that first fiscal year, and they left early. Either way, that part would sort of be accrued. So if they used too much, it'd come out of their paycheck. If they still had some, they'd only be paid for the months they were there. That's less generous than what you guys tentatively agreed on at the last committee meeting. So we've sort of dialed back the partial fiscal year that goes all the way till that employee's first April 30th, but we did not dial back anything on the full fiscal year that begins May 1st. So it's less generous than we talked about last time, but you are correct, there's no difference for the full fiscal year that starts May 1st.
I'm still confused. How are you saying less generous? I mean, somebody can start February 1st.
So
they're still getting 3 vacation days till April 30th, and now you're giving them 2 full weeks come May 1st.
So if they...
and the only ones they paid back are the ones used before April 30th.
You are correct. The whole thing is more generous than the existing ordinance, but it is less generous than what was tentatively decided last Monday. You're right. Come May 1st, they're front-end loaded like every other employee who's been here for a while, but for the 2 weeks. But the fiscal year that they're in up to that is no longer front-ended like we talked about last Monday, and it's front-ended, but with a catch. If they leave early, it's dialed back.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
I thought we also had discussed about somehow incorporating a grace period in there that they couldn't use vacation time.
No, that wasn't agreed on. There was some discussion about that,
Okay.
but that's not where it ended up. There was no way to sort of do parameters of time. So that, you are correct, that was part of the discussion, but that's not where it tentatively ended up.
All right, thanks. Like I said, there was a lot of talk back and forth, and I wanted to just try and clear that up.
To your point, I mean, trustee did not read it. It is literally 3 short paragraphs. If you want either me or him to read those 3 changed new paragraphs.
Are you
done. But it's
speaking
exactly as I described.
of 1, 2,
It's 3A. It's 3A.
This
3A.
here?
Yes.
But why don't you, Trustee Murphy, why don't
Have you got it in your, or
I
would
do.
you like me to hand the paper to you?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Wish I had my cheaters.
Would you like me to read it, Trustee Murphy?
Would you mind?
Not at all.
I should have switched out my contacts.
Okay. An ordinance amending Chapter 15 and a half Personnel, Article 2, Employee Requirements and Benefits, Section 15 and a half through 38, Vacations of the Municipal Code of the Village of Alsip. Section 15 and a half 3A, all non-union full-time employees hired after September 1st, 2019 shall be granted vacation time at the date of hire at the rate of 5/6, 5/6 of a day's paid vacation for each full month of employment between the date of hire through the next April. All employees subject to the provisions of subsection 3B1-4 shall be granted vacation time at the date of hire at a rate of 1 1/4 of a day's paid vacation for each full month of employment between the date of hire through the next April. And do the next as well, Mr. Olivant?
Last paragraph, yeah.
If a newly hired employee leaves the employment of the village prior to the following April 30, the employee shall receive the paid equivalent of vacation time for any full months of employment, less any vacation time used, as part of the employee's final compensation. If the newly hired employee has used vacation time in excess of the amount earned prior to the following April 30, the excess vacation time shall be deducted from the employee's final compensation. And that is all.
Thank you. And again, keep in mind,
Well, I just want to clarify too, though, that we're changing the number of the year in the next section as well, because the vacation days used to start year 2 through 11, and now we're making it first year through 11.
Correct. You're absolutely right. The very first word is...
Or first through 5th, sorry, not 11.
You are correct. The very first I guess we should mention it. The very first word in the next one changed from second to first. So it now reads first through fifth full year of continuous employment, and vacation days will be granted. It goes on from there. But you're right, that very first word did change from second to first because it's now incorporated above.
All right, and what I was going to say also, again, please keep in mind, this does not affect all employees being hired here. This is only non-union personnel, and right now we've got 18 non-represented personnel, and I'm going to say, 8 of us are department heads, more or less, and stuff then, too, so.
And it affects none of the current employees at all. There's no employee this currently affects.
All right, thank you. Yes, we had economic development, trustee Navis Barza.
I have no report tonight, Mayor.
Okay. I did, trustees, I did get a call out today. I was in a meeting, and I'm going to talk tomorrow again with Diliberto Realty regarding our auction coming up on the 24th for the property at 117th and Pulaski. And so far, we've had 2 offers on that property that we'll be able to talk with the trustees about after the auction. But we've got 2 offers so far on that property. So it looks promising. Next, village properties. Trustee McLaughlin.
No report this evening, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Ordinance legislation. Trustee Zelinski.
I have an approval of an ordinance amending Chapter 10, Flood Damage Prevention of the Municipal Code of the Village of Alsip, and that is all today.
All right, thank you. Next, IT. Trustee Dalzell.
No report, Mayor.
Okay. Thank you. Planning and zoning and licenses. Trustee Juarez.
I have an approval of a list of licenses dated August 26 through September 6, 2019. I have an approval of case number 2019-08-RS-100 for the property located at 11915 South Carlov subdivision, combining 3 lots into one. The Planning and Zoning Commission heard this case on August 28, 2019, with a vote of 5-0. I also have an approval of case number 2019-08-SU-100 for the property located at 4627-33 West 120th Street to change from an I-1 industrial to an I-1 industrial special use for trucker and trailer repair. The Planning and Zoning Commission heard this case on August 28, 2019, with a vote of 4-1. That's all, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Trustees, any presentations, petitions, or communications? I'll share 2 things here real quick. I wanted to thank some of the trustees that represented us this past Saturday, Trustee Zelinski, Navas, Sparza, and Murphy. Thank you for being at the Walgreens Wellness Fair this weekend. And I understand there was some pretty good turnout, too, that was out there and so forth then, too. So thank you for doing that. I had another commitment I couldn't be there. That's where I was at Metro South Hospital. That's how come I couldn't be there, so doing that. And then next was trustees want to remind everybody to get a hold, and I got your message today, but get a hold of Becky by Thursday this week if you'd like to attend the South Suburban Mayors and Managers Dinner at the Doubletree Hotel. Our village is hosting that event. It's on the 26th of this month at the Doubletree Hotel. So if you want to do it, get a hold of Becky and let her know by Thursday, because we have to confirm with the SSMMA. Did anyone want to remove any items?
Sorry, I just wanted to give a shout out to Tiffany for filling in for Erica and getting the board packet together, and thank the trustees and department heads for doing their part in a timely manner. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Trustees, anybody want to remove any items from the consent agenda?
Letter J.
J?
And for the record, we removed letter A because it is a mayoral appointment and is not necessary to be voted on.
Motion to establish the consent agenda?
Sure. Go ahead.
Second.
Roll call number 1 to establish the consent agenda and summary. Letter A as in apple has been removed as it is not necessary for a vote. And letter J as in jump has been removed. Trustee Dalzell?
Yes.
Trustee Zelinski?
Yes.
Trustee Juarez?
Yes.
Trustee McLaughlin?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Nava Esparza?
Yes.
Motion carries to establish.
Get a motion then to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call number 2 to approve the consent agenda. Filling in some information. Letter C as in Charlie will become resolution number. It will be 2019-09-R-1. D as in David is approval of a list of payroll dated September 13th, 2019, totaling $419,800.78. Letter E is in Edward, approval of a list of accounts payable dated September 16th, 2019, totaling $684,816.78. Letter K, approval of an ordinance amending Chapter 10, flood damage prevention of the municipal code of the Village of Alsip will become ordinance number 2019-09-3. Again, this is roll call number 2 to approve the consent agenda as presented. Trustee Dalzell?
Yes.
Trustee Zelinski?
Yes.
Trustee Juarez?
Yes.
Trustee McLaughlin?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Nava Esparza?
Yes.
Motion carries to approve as presented.
Thank you. Going back to an item that was removed, letter J, approval of an ordinance amending Chapter 15.5 Personnel, Article 2, Employee Requirements and Benefits, Section 15.5-38, Vacations of the Municipal Code of the Village of Alsip. Trustee Zelinski, did you have a question?
First of all, I was just wondering, is it a violation of procedure? Because for the committee meeting, we didn't have that on the agenda at all?
No.
It popped up on the board meeting?
No. At committee meetings, you are allowed to bring up a topic, even if it wasn't on the agenda. When it comes to board meetings, you absolutely have to have it on the agenda so everybody knows what we're going to vote on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if Trustee McLaughlin had something to say on this as well?
I just don't feel like we've completely hashed this out in the way that we need to. So I'm just not in favor of pushing it through at this time.
So why don't you make a motion to table then?
We can do that.
Okay, I'd make a motion to table then.
Second.
Roll call number 3 to table item J, approval of an ordinance amending Chapter 15.5 Personnel, Article 2, Employee Requirements and Benefits, Section 15.5-38, Vacations of the Municipal Code of the Village of Alsip. Again, this is roll call number 3, a motion to table. Trustee Dalzell?
Yes.
Trustee Zelinski?
Yes.
Trustee Juarez?
Yes.
Trustee McLaughlin?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Nava Esparza?
Yes.
Motion to table carries.
Very good. Next, any unfinished business, trustees?
Just a reminder that tomorrow is the last day to buy your mums. So see the beautification committee. You get 3 beautiful mums for $25. What a deal. Tomorrow, I thought. Tuesday?
Yeah.
Becky, is that right? Yes. Tomorrow.
All right, thanks.
And they come in a variety of colors.
Any new business?
The Planning and Zoning Commission will hold a public hearing for case number 2019-09-R-200 on Wednesday, September 18th, 2019 at 7:30 p.m. at the Village of Alsip Council Chambers, 4500 West 123rd Street, Alsip, Illinois 60803. The Village of Alsip Plan Commission will be hearing an application number 2019-09-R-200 for re-subdivision combining 8 lots to 2 for property located at 12000 South Hamlin Avenue, Alsip, Illinois 60803. Parties wishing to be heard will be given the opportunity to do so.
Very good. Thank you. I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. We'll adjourn this meeting at 8:12. Have a great evening, everybody. Thank you.